Welcome to our off-grid hideaway here in Puerto Rico. A private 8 acres surrounded by jungle with everything you need to live free and self-sustained. We are selling our beautiful, beautiful property.
Yep, we are selling the dream. We got our baby. We're no longer going to be partaking in it. So we're giving it up to the next dreamer, the next person that is willing to go out there and grab life by the horns and love life. We have an 8.8 acre property, beautiful cascading waterfalls, lush low-lying river, giant bamboo jungles, giant banana farms, factories. I don't even know what it is, but they're
It's
like
banana farms.
they're the biggest banana trees that I've ever seen.
Multiple different types of bananas.
Some go 40 feet tall, some are 8 feet tall, tons of mango trees, dozens of producing coffee plants. What else we got out there? I know we got some other stuff. We got some guavas, we got giant palm trees everywhere, a well that produces drinking water and potable water from an underground aquifer, beautiful mountain views. It's basically, I couldn't even, if I tried to come up with a better property in my mind, I don't know if I could. But I got my little tiny baby. I'm coming back to the States. Important for me to be closer to family, so got to back burner the dreams. But bad for me, good for you. We have an off-grid electric system that we have on the property that provided all of our power.
A big system.
It's a big system. We also have a couple of generators as well if you got to get buck wild and turn the generator on. It is a big property, so sometimes when you're doing jobs around the property, it's nice to have those generators. But we have a big off-grid solar system that we put in, and it worked really, really well for us. We also have a trailer, a camper, 28-foot camper on septic. That was installed by a local contractor there in Puerto Rico. So it's livable at the moment. It's turnkey. You could go down there with a weed eater and pretty much be living life. And, that's about all you need to get started.
We built a great privacy fence at the top. So it's very, what would you say, private? Well, the property is very private altogether, and that top is where the road goes by, so that keeps it even more private.
The property is very private. It has high elevation on one side and a river on one side and then surrounding farms, so it's very, for something that's only 45 minutes from Walmart, 40 minutes from a Chick-fil-A, you do feel like you're very, out in the middle of nowhere off grid, but you are close to things. The emergency room is 20 minutes from the house. You have supermarkets, grocery stores in both directions, 20 minutes. So everything's right there that you need. And, but it feels, just because of the topography of how it works, that you're kind of all alone out there.
Very secluded, but still have everything close by. Also, the beaches are not that far away, and Puerto Rico has some of the top beaches. So
yeah, we're 45 minutes from...
You want to go on the weekend to one of the most beautiful beaches you've ever seen, you can easily do that.
45 minutes from Playa Isabela on the north, about 40 minutes to Arecibo, maybe 45 minutes to an hour to Rincon, one of the most famous surfing beaches probably in this region, in this hemisphere. So it does really, Puerto Rico is only 80 miles long by 40 miles tall, so you're right there on top of everything, no matter where you live. So that is great. Cell phone service is really good out there, but we had Starlink internet. Starlink worked really well. As you know, we run a channel, so we're constantly uploading, downloading. We're uploading whole videos.
We even have a Wi-Fi extender for more of the land.
Yeah, to cover more of the property.
Internet works really well. We needed that obviously to run a YouTube channel.
Yeah, internet is A1, and as far as the property sale would go, we own it outright. Tax, tag, and title is all up to date.
Taxes are up to date.
Taxes are up to date. There's no liens on it. We own it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
We just bought it 2 years ago. So.
Yeah, we haven't had it too long, but it was very impactful in our lives. And so if you're looking to get it, there no hang-ups on the real estate end. So the main thing about the property that's unique, that separates it from other properties, is it's just like a very magical place. Plenty of places where you're just hearing the water running by, and you can't hear the cars on the road, you can't hear the boom, 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 everybody's sound systems and like that. So the zen factor of the property is like 10 out of 10. Really loved that. We had a chance to like disconnect. We got to homestead. That's like a homesteader's dream. It was a working farm at one point, so the land is fertile. It's really great for that. I got to have goats, I got to have chickens, everything multiplied quickly, a little bit too.
There's plenty of space for all animals.
Yeah, you could have horses, cows, whatever you wanted to have. Really, really interesting property, and just the way that it's set up with the fresh water source right there, you never have to worry about your animals going thirsty. There's also, like a rain catch from the roof that could store rainwater, and it was just really cool. It was really fun. Little creek, that river gets clear. It'll get crystal clear if it doesn't rain for a couple of days. So I dove in there. I've caught like giant prawns, shrimp in that river, tilapia. It was so fun and like rewarding for me to go down there when you're tired, you're working hard, you're building everything. Go down, you could snorkel. To have something in your backyard you can snorkel in the middle of the jungle is just like mind-blowing.
And fish.
You could catch fish.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like, you could unplug real easy, go down there to those pools. There were some deep pools, like 10 feet deep, and it was just an amazing place. That was super fun for us to be able to disconnect, and there's just limitless
and there's lightning bugs, which are really cool also.
Yeah. At nighttime,
it's magical.
Yeah, it's 24/7 magic. The sun starts going down, the coquilles come out. Yeah, it's so beautiful. The owls that were there, the birds that come in, the hawks, the turtles, the egrets that walk right down the river all day. From a wild place, the iguanas. I had a wild iguana that I trained with feeding them bananas since we had a surplus. He was wild at first, and then he slowly trained to become my friend. But yeah, it's just the lightning bugs at night, the sunsets, the million stars. It was a really incredible place, and it's one in a million. It's the only place on Earth that's like that. So for our solar farm array, we have 4,000 between 4,000 and 5,000 watts of solar. We have it's like 3,000 amp hours of storage. So because we have
two inverters.
Yeah, we have two 5,000 watt inverters that can be run together to run 10,000 up to 10,000 watts. I've welded off of that system, and then with the water. With the well on the property, doing laundry and all that stuff was really easy.
Yeah, you can do washer, dryer, air conditioning in the RV.
Yeah, we ran our AC, we ran our dishwasher for the baby's bottles and all that cool stuff. So the power system is very capable, and it's very easy to add to it. We built a block structure, 10 by 10 concrete floor, block walls. That's very sturdy, steel frame. Welded for the solar panels, so very solid. You could add to it. You could easily.
The battery house is solid.
Yeah, you could easily make it bigger, or you could just take the components. You could move them to another part of the property and just start from there if you wanted to move it around and not be exactly where we were. So it's versatile but very, very capable. The well produces, I would say, hundreds of gallons a day. It basically just fills up the well and then it overflows down to the river. So I've put 500 gallons in my cistern in one day before, just pumping it over there. So super capable, crystal clear, clean water that comes out. We have a filtration system on the property, so there's water, power, fresh air, food on the property.
And that's not all, people. We also, it's hard for us to move from Puerto Rico to Florida, we had to leave a lot of stuff behind. So you're not just getting the beautiful, magical property. We are hoping to sell it with the truck.
Yeah, I'll include the 2023 Toyota Tacoma. It's a two-door. Kind of turned into a little farm truck. It's got some dents, but overall the bones are great on that truck. Yeah. I would include that. And then
all the tools. Tons of tools in a lawnmower. What do you call those? Zero turn
mower. That was $3,000. So there's the mower, there's the push mower, tons of tools. There's
a shed full of tools.
Yeah, arc welder, drills, tons of
pressure washers.
Stuff there, pressure washer. What else we got there? A couple of grills, little baby grills.
A push lawnmower.
Cisterns are on the property, so it's all there, and we threw down a gravel road, so half of the property is accessible. 50% of the property you can drive up and down. My truck's just a 2-wheel drive, so it got up and down there easily. Comes with a bunch of extras. The
pergola that we have there, also you can pull our RV out and put your own in if you want a different RV in there. Maybe you have one already.
Yeah, you could pull the RV out and then just put a slab in there and then just build onto that pergola and make it a little house. Yeah. That's what
and there is supplies and a half-built A-frame on there.
Yeah, a little A-frame, that's basically just a viewing area. I don't even know if that'll be holding up. It's covered, but she's out there in the rain. So, yeah, I mean, plenty of potential.
There's supplies.
Yeah, you're going to make it your own, though. You're not going to probably build onto what we did. So you're gonna probably make your own, dream come true out there. We left some stuff. But that was the reason we kind of built the way that we did, was we didn't build like a giant, we didn't put tons of concrete driveways all over the property. We didn't put tons of concrete slabs every which way. We did like such a minimal impact to the land because that was our vision. And, now that someone else is going to create it, you're going to have not necessarily a blank canvas, but a very versatile canvas to do with what you want to do.
So if you're interested in the property, we will have a full listing in the description below. But we are not just selling our property. What are we also selling, Matt?
I got two kidneys, and I'll let one go for $250,000.
That's not what we're talking about.
Trying to get a house in Florida, and they're expensive. No, we're gonna let our sailboat. We're selling the sailboat as well. So the Double D, the Dead Dolphin, is for sale, and this is a fire alarm price. The property we have to get market value because it's real estate, but the boat we're letting go for a steal. So it's a turnkey sailboat, full solar, water maker on board. It's got electric toilet. Slept us very comfortably for multiple years. We
renovated it, the outside and the inside. The videos are there for proof. It has a brand new engine. How much did we use it?
Engine's got 100 hours on it, maybe 120. So yeah, bring your cleaning supplies, and you could be in the BVI in a day. You could just be living the dream.
That boat is my heart. The V-berth is awesome. We built it so it has perfect amount of storage for everything. The stove, the gimbal stove, is brand new. It's a dream boat.
So a few details on the boat. It is a 1979 Hunter 37C. It's a 37-foot long monohull boat. It draws 5 feet. We lived on it exclusively for 5 years. I think in that 5 years, I only slept off the boat for like 11 days, and that was to go visit family for Christmas. So it's fully off-grid. You make your own fresh water straight from the sea. It's got plenty of electric power. We have like an actual legitimate apartment fridge in there. We've run ice makers off of it, so we were never underpowered. It's got an autopilot if you're short crewed. The sails are less than 5 years old. Overall, just a super great boat. Rigging is less than 5 years old. So yeah, we completely did a redid the bulkheads, completely refurbished the interior. So it's an amazing boat. For the price point, it's probably, I would say, the nicest boat for sale in the world for that price point. You're going to have 100 people trying to get it for that price. So it's if you've got someone that's looking to get into sailing, that live aboard lifestyle, this is a good, low risk chance for them to do that, and a very comfortable, boat that's been tested. We didn't know anything about sailing when we first started, and we had some pretty crazy crossings, but the boat is tough. She took better care of us than we took care of her in the beginning, so we returned the favor toward the end, and she made a couple of salty dogs out of us. So if you're looking for that dream, this is an opportunity to get into it low impact on your bank account and everything you need to go out there and have a blast.
And we're also selling it with the dinghy, a nice high-field dinghy with it's a pretty new outboard.
Yeah,
right?
And it's a 2-stroke outboard, so it's if you're thinking about living off grid or going far away.
It's coming with all the accoutrements.
Yeah, a 2-stroke's a great motor to have because you can dunk it underwater, you can take it out, clean it out, and it'll start right back up and it won't leave you stranded. Those 4-strokes, they are way too tricky. The 2-stroke is the way to go. So yeah, it's a great dinghy. I loved that dinghy. Absolutely. It was a 25 mile an hour top speed. You could ski behind that bad boy.
It's
it was
very
awesome.
light. That's why we got it.
Man, it weighs 70 pounds. Yeah, you've seen me pick it up a trillion times. So yeah, love that dinghy. I just about keep the dinghy if I'm moving to Florida, but gotta let it go. Get a new boat.
So if you're really interested, maybe you want the property and the boat, you could get that together and then be living a wonderful life. I think it was a great life. Could you imagine having a dream property by a waterfall and living on a sailboat on your spare time? You could go to the BVI, enjoy such a wonderful time. And this is the lowest price, I think, that you'll ever get a chance to do something like this.
If you buy the house and the boat, 10% discount. Considerable saving.
It already is discounted.
I'm wheeling and
Don't
dealing.
listen to him.
What I would do is if I was going to buy the land and the boat is I would get the land and then I would park the boat in Culebra. You can take a ferry and then you can have the boat because Culebra is still technically Puerto Rico, but it's the outer Spanish Virgin Islands. Then you could take the ferry, have the best boat time, and then come back to the land and have a good land time too. And you could probably Airbnb the boat in Culebra for like a fat cash also.
So if you guys are interested, we're going to have the links for the listings down below. Please check it out if you're interested at all. This is a deal of a lifetime. We are pricing these things to sell. It's hard for us to have to go back and forth to do things, so...
You know me. I'm not a businessman, fellas. I'm willing to pass the dream on and move on my life.
If it was up to him, he'd give it away for free, but we clearly can't afford to do that.
I would give
So,
it.
here we are. Deal of a lifetime. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, and we'll see you next week. Bye.